Alright, here we're back with another compound inequality video. This time we're just doing Desmos hacks, so we're not going to spend a ton of time solving these out rather than just graphing the compound inequalities in Desmos and seeing how we can utilize the shade that we can visualize to select the correct answers. A couple notes here. And means that the values are solutions to both, and when you graph that, that's going to be only the double shade represents the and portion. If it's an or, that would be solutions to either, which would include all the shade. So here we have an or compound. The first step is to just type them both in, both elements in, so we've got them both in, and we're just trying to we're trying to match the one that includes all the shade. So all the shade begins on -3 and then goes left. The orange shade's almost irrelevant because it's all the orange is already covered by the green. So we're really just trying to match up the green because the green already covers the orange. So let's go ahead and figure out which of these matches up with the green. Okay, no, that doesn't match up with the green. Option A is out. Option B, x is less than or equal to -3. Okay, we got a solid line on -3, perfect. It's a solid line which matches the green solid line and it's shading to the left. That's our answer. Let's rock and roll. About 90 seconds to do that first example. Let's see if we can get these next 4 examples done quickly. Here we have an and. Go ahead and get those notes up. So we're trying to match up the double shade. So the first step is to type them both in. So I've got them both typed in. And is solutions to both, which would be only the double shaded area. Here I've typed them both in, and there's no double shade. The two shades don't overlap, so there are no solutions. If there were, we'd see some double shade. We don't see any double shade, so let's go ahead and move on to example number 3. A minute 55 right now. I've done 2 examples. Let's see if I can go pick this pace up a little bit. Here we got an or, so we're trying to again match up all the shade. Since the black shade already covers the blue shade, I'm gonna go ahead and switch black to a different color. Since the orange shade already covers the blue shade, or the purple shade, I don't know which color that is, it's almost irrelevant. So we're just really trying to match up the orange shade. So we want it to start at 1, we want it to be a dashed line, and we want it to be shaded to the right. So we're going to try the first option, x is greater than 1. Okay, that's matching up just right. It's a dashed line, and it's shaded to the right. Boom, that's our answer. Okay, we're at 2 minutes 38 seconds. I've already done 3 examples. Let's see if we can pick up the pace. Okay, so I've typed both of them in. We've got an and here, and we're just trying to match up the double shade. So if I look at the graph, you can see the double shade starts where the green begins. That's where the double shade starts because the purple is already shaded below that. You can see that as I put it on, that's where the double shade starts. So we don't even need this portion. This isn't a double shaded portion, so we can go ahead and unmatch this. We're really just trying to match up the green because that's where the double shade. That's where they're both shaded. So let's see which one matches up perfectly with the green. Boom. Option A again. It's a solid line on a solid line, which is what we want. It's shaded to the left of -4. It's matching up only with the double shade, so that's our answer. Minute 24 seconds. Here's our 5th example. It's an or. I've already got them both typed in. With or, we're trying to match the one that includes all the shade. So we want a shade starting at -2, shaded to the left with a dash line. We want a shade starting at -1.333, which is -4/3, with a solid line shading to the right. So let's go ahead and try out option A. Option A's got 2 elements. I got to type both those elements in for me to be able to rule it out or accept it as an answer. X is less than or equal to -2. Okay, you can see that one's matching up with the red shade, but it's a solid line on a dashed line. We want a dashed on a dash, so option A is out. Okay, let's go ahead and try option B, which is just less than or equal to -2. Well, if option A is out, option B is out because both of those are okay. Cool. So originally I graphed this. I forgot the equal to part. You can see I just put that in. So it actually should be a solid line. So we're gonna go back to option A. I can't rule it out because it is a solid line. So when I type this in, the first element of option A matches up with the second part of the or. So far so good. Those match up. Let's see if this second element matches up with the second element of the or, which would be -9x plus 5 is less than or equal to 17. X is greater than or equal to -4/3. Man, I was lucky to catch that. And then you can see as I type that in, perfect, solid on solid, starting at the right number, and shaded to the right, just like it is. That's our answer right there. Done. Alright, hope you enjoyed the example video. It was 5 minutes, 5 examples, no problem.